All right, Shalom Yasharala. Before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, the teaching Ruel. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And we're back another video, another lesson, and this will be a news and privacy. All right, going into things going on and happening around the world, and linking them up with the scriptures. All right, because it says in Second Esdras. All right, let's read it real fast. 15 and 2. It says, I read 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I'll put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right, and these prophecies will come to pass. All right, and the major prophecy we're still waiting on, besides the return of our Lord in World War III, all right, is the mark of the beast. All right, give me 1 second. All right, yeah, and the major prophecy we're waiting on is the mark of the beast. All right, well, one of the major prophecies is the mark of the beast. All right, and I got these articles here that we're gonna read, Lord willing. All right, we're gonna start with let's start with this one from the People's Voice. It says this is from September 13th, 2024. It says historian warns 4 out of 5 major predictors for U.S. Civil War have already taken place. It says a noted historian, demographer, and author Neil Howey Salaki has warned. Give me 1 second. All right, has warned that the United States is on the verge of another civil war. Forgive me. I know we tell y'all about civil war all the time. All right, we preach and say that it's on the way. That is the Lord's gonna bring civil war inside America, Babylon the Great. It says in the book The Fourth Turning, an American Prophecy, that he co-authored, Howey noted that 4 out of 5 major predictors for a crisis have already happened. This, he warns, has left the country on the edge of unparalleled internal conflict. It says in a recent interview with Daily Signal, Howey summarized the factors he considered are pushing the American nation toward a possible civil war. He said the first of 4 that have come to pass is a crisis over debt, which Howey referred to as a new Tea Party movement, which manifested during the 2010 political conflicts under the same name. The second is WMD, weapons of mass destruction attack on a major American city, this being the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack on New York City. It says, Howey said the terrorist attacks accomplished this prediction by bringing destruction and enduring consequences. The third was the demic, specifically the Rona pandemic, which swept across the world beginning in 2020. It says the fourth one was Russia invading a former Soviet republic. It says this was fulfilled when Russia began its special military operation in Ukraine in February 2022, and it connects with his prediction of international tensions reaching a fever pitch. It says Howey said the only remaining predictor is a nullification crisis where one or more of the states would actually nullify federal regulation, which could lead to a new secession movement. Let's look this up, see what it means. Let's look up. Let's see what that means. Nullification. All right. It says nullification is the act of canceling or overriding something, or the state of being canceled. It can also refer to the act of a state preventing a federal law from being enforced within its territory. It says Here are some examples of nullification: counteracting a snake bite, nullification of a law. You can read on that. It says nullification is most often used in a political context and was first used in this way by Thomas Jefferson in 1798. The words come from the Latin word nullifa. I can't. Slovakia. It says the Latin word nullificationem, which means a making as nothing. So it says, what did nullification mean? It says, but nullification is the constitutional theory that individual states can invalidate federal laws or judicial decisions they deem unconstitutional. All right, let's go back. All right. So, no, not this one yet. Yeah. So it says, Howie said the only remaining predictor is a nullification crisis where one or more of the states would actually nullify federal regulation, which could lead to a new secession movement. Such an event could be the tipping point that drops the country in chaos. Howie's theory is based upon the concept of fourth turnings, which are cyclical events that happen every 80 to 100 years and set off major turmoil like the Great Depression or World War II. He believes the U.S. is currently experiencing one of these fourth turnings, characterized by today's intense political polarization and cultural crashes. All right, let's get Isaiah. This is Isaiah 19. Matter of fact, yeah. I really like this first. Isaiah 19, let's start in the KJV. It says, the burden of Egypt, which this Egypt is talking about America. All right, so I'm talking about ancient Egypt. Okay, you can go read Revelation 11:8. All right, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, all right, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. See, so the Lord's going to set, people. There's going to be civil war in America. It says, verse NLT. I'll just go straight to the point. Verse 2: I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. So it's gonna be all complete hell in these streets, man. All right, we can go to the GNT for this. Let's go over here. And get second entrance now. Isaiah, Salakia, y'all. I just got off work. Isaiah 19 and 1. It says, this is a message about Egypt. The Lord is coming to Egypt, riding swiftly on a cloud. The Egyptian idols tremble, which is that cloud is what? A chariot, which it will be the sun coming, but he's coming in the spirit of his father. You see? It says, the Egyptian idols tremble before him, and the people of Egypt lose their courage. See? The Lord says, watch this, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, and turn brother against brother, and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight against each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. It says, I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. They will ask their idols to help them. Esau on the left hand side, they will be praying to their gods, doing whatever they can. And they will go and consult mediums, and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. You see, they're gonna try to, go to their top people, but it ain't nothing they can do for them. See, all that's gonna be dead against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, let's get second Esdras 15. That's crazy. 15, I was one of this anyway. Second Esdras 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." This is civil war, man. All right, all race wars. All right, civil war. People gonna be fighting against one another. You already got you trying to stir. They're gonna bring different things like that. You know, and these swords are what? These guns, man. Right? It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." See, there's gonna be a time where they're going these kings and princes, these mayors and these governors. All right, they're gonna be attacking them. It was just a. Let's get this right here, real quick. All right, it says from AP News, Trump was the subject of an apparent assassination attempt at his Florida golf club, the FBI says. See, it says the man who authorities say pointed a rifle with a scope into former President Donald Trump's golf club and was arrested is Ryan Wesley Routh. 3 law enforcement officials told the Associated Press. The officials identified the suspect to the AP but spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigation. Secret Service agents shot at the suspect, who was taken into custody after fleeing the scene of what the FBI is calling an apparent attempted assassination of the Republican presidential nominee. Authorities are working to determine a motive. This is a breaking news update. AP's earlier story follows below. So, you see, man, this is and let's get this right here. All right. This is 2 Corinthians, I believe. I think it's 11, maybe 2. Yeah. Excuse me, Salakia. I keep yawning. Forgive me, y'all. Keep yawning, Salakia. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11 says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of Salakia. For we are not ignorant of his devices," man. You see? Let's get that word devices, see what it means. All right. It says, where it's at? What in the world? Salakia, I got it wrong. Got it wrong. All right, devices. No aim. I'll play it.
Strong's G 3540. Naima.
Naima. Okay, Naima says a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose. You see? This is an evil purpose they're doing, man. All right, they want to set up a new world order, right? It says that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. You see, down here it says a perception, i.e. purpose, or by implication the intellect, disposition itself, deceive, mind, thought. All right, and we know their thoughts are evil. So we're not ignorant of what's what they're trying to do. All right, trying to get the people stirred up to bring that civil war. So let's go back and read. Let's finish this out. It says, verse 17: a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, because martial law, man. You're gonna have these troops roaming the streets. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. It's gonna be a time of famine, shortage of food, can't go to the store and get your water, all right, snacks, Doritos, right? And for great tribulation. See? A time of trouble, man, like no other. Jacob's trouble. See that? So let's read this. Let's go to the next one. All right. Let's actually go to, matter of fact, Let's do this one. All right, this is from Natural News. It says Kamala Harris calls for X to be shut down in an interview, and you know what it's going to lead to. All right, it's going to lead to that famine of the word. You know, it's going to lead to what they call it, censorship. It says Vice President Kamala Harris, the Democratic presidential nominee, has called for the X platform to be shut down. She reportedly made the call to take down X in an interview with journalist Jake Tapper that made the rounds on social media. According to the vice president, X should be taken down due to its unchecked influence and the lack of regulatory oversight. Harris told Tapper that X owner Elon Musk has lost his privileges and the social media platform he owns should be taken down, adding that X is directly speaking to millions and millions of people without oversight. She emphasized the need for stricter control over social media platforms, noting that platforms like X had the potential to shape public opinion without sufficient accountability. Salakia. It says, and you know, Musk and what's this guy's name? Trump. You know, they're partnered up. You know, so this is just all a big minstrel show. It says Musk acquired X, then called Twitter in 2022. He positioned it as a bastion of free speech, rolling back many of the content restrictions put in place by the previous management, particularly former CEOs Jack Dorsey and Parag Agrawal. While some have praised Musk for his commitment to free speech, others, including Harris, warn of its dangers without sufficient oversight. You know, they're going. That's what they're gonna, you know, come with that, man. You know, it says they're gonna come with that free speech. You know, hate speech, right? Censorship. You know, you gotta watch what you say online. It says RFK Jr.'s post, which further suggested that Harris was threatening to shut down social media platforms that do not adhere to government-approved narratives, received more than 200,000 likes and shares on the day it was published. Another user also shared the video with a caption, "Kamala will shut down X if she wins," and they shut down X back in over in Brazil. It says, meanwhile, others claim that the statement was in support of the suspension of X in Brazil for failing to name a local legal representative as required by Brazilian law, leading to the suspension until compliance is achieved. See, now you can, you know, go into more into that, right? It says, I'll read a little more. It says, Harris and her campaign team denied accusation. The Harris campaign immediately responded to the video and claimed it was fake. They pointed out that the video was from 2019, with the conversation reportedly happening at their Democratic primary debate that year. Even if it was from 2019, they still want, this type of these things off the internet, man. Especially the truth, right? Let's get this one right here. Salakia. This is also from Natural News. It says Rumble forced to exit Brazil amid crackdown on independent media. You see, they're gonna come after independent media. They're gonna come after those who will speak the truth. All right, they say that's a threat to society, if they want to say that. It says popular free speech platform Rumble has been forced to cease operations in Brazil, joining other platforms targeted by the country's government. The free speech video platform Rumble has been forced out of Brazil as part of the country's ongoing efforts to regulate independent media. Rumble joins a growing list of platforms, including X, formerly Twitter, that have faced restrictions in Brazil due to what critics call an attack on free expression. Rumble is no longer available to the citizens of Brazil, joining the ranks of France, Russia, and China. And these countries are all with it, man. All right. They all want the new world order to come, right? But it's all gonna rule, from Babylon, right? It says, read a statement from the company. World powers don't want Rumble. They don't want X. They don't want Telegram, and they don't want Truth Social. They want to control information, but our companies won't let them. The decision follows a series of measures by Brazilian authorities aimed at limiting the reach of platforms accused of disseminating misinformation. Alexand- Alex, Alexandre de Moraes, a justice of Brazil's Supreme Federal Court, has been at forefront of these efforts, leading to growing concerns about government overreach and suppression of dissenting voices. You know, it says Rumble CEO Chris Pavlovski issued a statement on the matter, which has circulated widely on social media. The move comes at a time when many free speech advocates fear that Brazil's actions are part of a broader global trend of restricting independent platforms critical of government narratives. You know, and that's what they're coming up against. You know, government narratives. You know, you disobeying the government. You speaking up against the new world order. You speaking up the powers. You speaking up against the powers that be. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh. Thou will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You know, of hearing the words of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Because we use these, well, not all of us, but we use these certain platforms. We use YouTube. Some brothers on TikTok, you know, right? But mainly we on YouTube, man. Other brothers, what's the other one? It's another one. I don't know if any brothers on Rumble, but we usually different. We look into the alternative media because we know that the CNN and all those others, they're not going to give us the whole truth, right? But it's gonna come a time where the Lord's gonna take all this away, man. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. See, it's gonna come a time where this is not gonna happen. You're not gonna sit down and be able to watch a video, all right, of brothers breaking the scriptures down. You're not gonna see brothers out on the true prophets, of course, out on the highways and hedges preaching the gospel, man, preaching the good news, telling you to repent. You know, and all those people and all these people, you know, all you Israelites out there who seek this for as entertainment, what are you gonna do in that day? You took this for a joke, but when that time comes, you're gonna, wanna seek the true words of the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get Ezekiel 7:25. It says, "Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancients." See, you're gonna seek a vision of a prophet, man. You don't want to seek the true. You want to get the what's going on, the answers from the true men of the Lord, right? But this is what's gonna happen. Ezekiel 2:8. It says, "But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house." Salakia. 2 and I think it's 3. Ezekiel 3:26. Salakia for that. "And I'll make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and that thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house." You see that? There's gonna come a time where the men of the Lord are gonna just, hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you have to, hey, get on. You got, hey, use those the five wise and the five foolish, man. You know, you gonna go get your own oil. You know, figure it out for yourself, man. You should have got it when you had the chance. See? So let's get let's get this right here. All right. It says Putin warns that Russia will be at war with NATO if Ukraine long range missile restrictions are lifted. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned NATO alliance leaders that a move to lift restrictions on Ukraine's use of longer range Western missiles to strike deep inside his country will be considered an act of war. This will mean that NATO countries, the United States and European countries, are at war with Russia. And if this is the case, then bearing in mind the change in the essence of the conflict, we will make appropriate decisions in response to the threats that will be posed to us, Putin told reporters on Thursday. Putin's comments come as U.S. and NATO allied partners appear increasingly open to the possibility of allowing Ukrainian forces to use Western provided long range weapons systems to strike at Russian military targets, something which Kiev has openly pressed for as the war continues deep into its second year. During a recent visit to Kiev, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken offered the strongest suggestion, yet the White House was considering lifting restrictions in line with a broader strategic shift among NATO partners. From day one, as you heard me say, we have adjusted and adapted as needs have changed, as the battlefield has changed, and I have no doubt that we'll continue to do that as this evolves, Blinken said, while speaking alongside Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha and Britain's Foreign Secretary David Lammy. The UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer arrived in Washington Friday for talks with U.S. President Joe Biden that are expected to center on the use of Western weapons against targets in Russia. Although the U.S. has adjusted its policy to allow limited cross-border strikes into Russia using U.S.-provided weapons, U.S. President Joe Biden has yet to approve the use of longer-range systems. U.S. officials have previously expressed concerns that allowing Ukraine to strike deep inside Russia could escalate the conflict, which would could escalate to war, man. All right, before those discussions, Russia's security service, the FSB, revoked the accreditation of 6 British diplomats in Moscow and accused them of spying. Without providing evidence, Britain later said the expulsion occurred last month and called the accusations completely baseless. So this thing is heating up, man. All right, the Lord is getting ready to bring war, man. All right, Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. This garment is what? The truth. All right, if you don't have the truth, they're walking naked, man. It says, and he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue, it says Armageddon, but it's Harmageddon. All right, the Lord's about to bring World War III, man. All right, let's get Matthew 24. All right, Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. Salakia. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? Wars and rumors of wars. All right? Let's get Isaiah. What's that? I'm thinking of. Is 13? No, I think it's 34. Isaiah 34 and 1, it says, the Most High's wrath against nations. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. What is that? All right, a mushroom cloud, right? When the bomb detonates and it rolls under itself. That's what the roll as a scroll together as a scroll means. And all their hosts shall fall down as the missiles, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse of judgment. Idumea is what? It's Edom or Esau. All right. Let me see. Yeah, Idumea or Edom. All right. Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau. All right. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord, which is the missiles, or Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra, which is America. All right, because the Edomites, this is their capital. All right, the capital city of Edom was Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. You see, but it's I think it was 13. I'm not sure if the host of the battle. Yeah, Isaiah 13:4. It said the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. You see, the Lord's getting this thing together, man. All right, let's get this in Jeremiah real fast. I think it's 50 or maybe 51. Jeremiah 51, yeah, and 27. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet against the nations. Salakia against. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, many, and Ashkenaz, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. You see, Ararat is Turkey. All right, many is Armenia. You see, prepare against her the nations with the kings and the Medes, which is Russia. All right, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against who? Babylon, which is America, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. Now you got to think, all right, the Babylon in Iraq it's not desolate. It's still inhabited by people. So this has to be talking about another Babylon, which is America, Babylon the Great. All right, which the World War III is going to happen. All right, and those missiles, those nuclear missiles, will be shot off. All right, the Lord's gonna put the spirit on these other nations to shoot their missiles off towards America, Babylon the Great. It's gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be a lake of fire, and the elect gonna be beamed up and they're gonna be saved. Lord willing, we have that number. You see, so this is just another. There was another news and prophecy. Going into the news, going into things, keeping the elect updated, man. All right, and we're getting close to that time. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick for that Trump assassination. I think it's second. Matter of fact, we're gonna read both of these. 2 Timothy 3:1 and Ephesians. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. All right, we're living in the last days right now. All right, perilous means what? Dangerous, troublesome. Okay, Jacob's trouble is around the corner, man. It's getting ready to happen, and don't forget this is an election year. They're gonna try something, false flag, a black swan event. Something's gonna happen, man. We're telling you that. We guarantee it, right? Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil, man. All right, walk circumspectly, man. All right, circum means what? Around. Spec means to look. All right, look at go on the news. All right, go into articles. Keep yourself updated on these things. Keep yourself updated on the mark of the beast. All right, World War III. Different things that's happening in the world. Like we doing right now. Doing this electronic epistle to you brothers and you sisters out there of the hopefully elect. So Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, we're gonna give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will you edify. Till next video, I'm gonna say, Shalom.